Hi everybody, it's good to see you today. Today we're going to look at the colour brown. Brown. Here's the colour brown. Here's the sign, brown. Okay, first we're going to look in a box. I've got a brown box here. So here we go, it's a brown box. And in my brown box I've got a hat. It's a bit broken, isn't it, my hat? And it is brown. My brown hat. It's my brown hat. I've got something that grows on a tree. It's a leaf. A leaf. Can you see the leaf? The leaf. Now sometimes in the summertime the leaves are green, but now they are brown. What else have I got in my box? I've got, this comes from a tree as well. This comes from a tree as well. Look, a fir cone. A fir cone. These are really nice, and they're quite bumpy. They're quite bumpy. They are bumpy. Bumpy. They're bumpy. Yeah. If you can, it feels really bumpy, but it's quite nice as well. What else have I got? Got a wooden spoon for cooking. A wooden spoon. Now, I wonder, where does the wood come from? So now it is a spoon for cooking, but before it came from a tree. It is brown. The wooden spoon is brown. Here I've got a branch and some bark. Now the bark, this is from a tree. They're from trees, aren't they? And they are both brown. It's a stick, a branch, and some bark. And they are brown. What else? I've got, they're quite heavy. These are quite heavy. And you see, I've got two stones that I found by the seaside. Yeah, if I bang them together, they make a sound. They make a great sound. They are they are hard, and the fir cone is quite, it's not soft, and it's not hard. The hat's quite soft, even though it's broken. It's quite soft. It's soft, but the stones are very hard. One other thing I've got in my brown box. Just one other thing. I've got some corks. Now corks come from trees as well. Corks go in the top of wine. So these corks come from trees. Now all the things from my brown box, they are what we call natural things. So they come from trees or plants or by the seaside. So the hat, my broken hat, it's made from grass. It's made from grass. And the branch and the bark comes from trees. The leaf comes from a tree. The cork from the wine comes from trees. The fir cones come from trees, and the wooden spoon comes from a tree. And the stones, the brown stones, come from the seaside. So all these things are the colour brown. The colour brown. Now, I have been looking at different things about fair trade. So I'm going to put my brown things back in the box. And put them back in the box. There we go. So we've finished with the box. The box is finished. So I'm going to take my hat off as well, because it's a little bit crazy, isn't it, this hat? So we have been looking at different things about fair trade. And fair trade means that the people who make and produce some of our food, it's if they have a fair trade cooperative, it means that they are paid well, which means that their children can go to school. It means they can have clean water. If they are sick, they can get medicine. and they are paid well. Okay, so fair trade is a really, really good thing. Now, lots of people, especially adults, we do like drinking a lovely cup of tea. A lovely cup of tea. We like drinking tea and coffee. So today we're going to have an activity using tea and coffee. But first we're going to look at how do we make the colour brown. That's going to be interesting, isn't it? I'm going to show you 3 different colours. It's actually really easy, but you might not realise. So we've got the colour blue. We've got blue. So blue, red, blue and red together. Now blue and red together make purple. Blue and red together make purple. But if we add yellow, blue, red and yellow together make brown. I'm just going to show you here. Here's one I prepared earlier. Here we go. So we have got red, yellow and blue make brown. So I painted it and collaged it. So this is something that you could do in your classes. I will show you how to do the mixing of the paint. And here I've got pictures of different coffee beans and they're brown. So blue, red, yellow make brown. And coffee beans are brown, and so is tea. We're going to talk about that in a minute. But first of all, we're going to mix some brown paints. You know how to do this first. Okay, so we're going to make the colour brown. Brown. Okay, so I've got, in my palette, I've got blue, red and yellow. So I showed you this. Here we go. We're going to have a go at doing this. We're going to make brown. Okay, so first of all, I think I'm going to put some yellow down here. I'm going to put some yellow down there. I'm going to use different brushes for different colours. So I'm going to put some yellow down here. And then I'm going to put some red on top of the yellow. I don't know if you can see that. There's red on top of the yellow. And I'm going to mix that together. There, I wonder what happens. Ooh. So the yellow and the red make yellow and red make orange. So I've got orange. Now it's going to change. It's going to change because I'm going to add some blue now. So right, here we go. And I'm going to add a bit of blue. Ooh, this is like magic. It's like magic, it is. So add a bit of blue. Here we go. Mix it around, mix it around. Hey, I have made some brown. I've made brown. So I'm just going to show you. We're going to put some yellow here. Some red here. And some, whoopsie, blue. To show that yellow, red, blue make brown. If I put the equal sign and a plus there, plus equals. So we've got yellow, red and blue make brown, as I've shown you here. Okay, so you can have a go at mixing brown, and because lots and lots of things are brown, lots of things are brown. I tell you something that I love. Chocolate is brown as well. Oh, we'll have to do something about chocolate a different day. But today we're going to have a go at painting with tea and coffee. So I'm going to put my paints to the side a sec there. So, oh, I love a cup of coffee. I love a cup of coffee. Some people like tea, some people like coffee. So in here I've got some tea. Don't know if you can see, I've got some tea bags, some tea. And I've got some, in here, I've got some coffee. Now, I'm going to show you some different things about tea and coffee. So I've got some tea bags here. If you smell the tea bags, they smell really good. And if you open the tea bags, it comes out like this, a powder. It's a powder. And here is a picture of the tea leaves. So they grow on bushes, and the lovely, lovely green leaves, but when they're dry, they become brown and made into tea. So I've got some tea in my hand that was from a bag, and that's how I made my tea, and we're going to have a go at painting with tea. So here's a picture of the green leaves, and they turn brown. Now I've also got, if any of you at school want to, I've got this little sheet, and it starts from the men who are picking the tea in the plantations, and here's the tea that's been dried with the leaves, and then it's in a box, and then it's turned into a lovely cup of tea. So if anybody wants a sequence of that for students to have a go at, you can have a go at that one. So that's a really nice sequence of where tea comes from. So because tea comes from Sri Lanka, it comes from China, it comes from Kenya, so lots of different parts of the world where it's very hot. Okay, so that's the tea. And coffee, here I've got some coffee. Now coffee comes from a bean. It comes from a bean, and it grows on a very small little tree. And I've got pictures again here that you might like to have a go. So this is a man picking coffee beans from a little tree. So they come in little red, they become red, and when they're dry, they turn brown, and then they're crushed, and put in a jar or a pot like this, and then they turn into a lovely cup of coffee. Lovely hot drink. So in here, I've got some fair trade coffee in here and some beans. Now, the coffee beans smell delicious. So here's, ooh, I'll take them out of here because I can't open that. The coffee beans smell delicious. So I don't know if you can see the coffee beans like this here. So there's the coffee beans, and then they end up in here like coffee. So we're going to do some coffee and tea painting and some printing with the tea and coffee as well. So I'm going to put those back in my coffee bag. Oh, and they smell delicious. Oh, it's lovely. And I've got here the symbols. Tea comes from leaves and coffee comes from beans. If you want to have a go at that as well, you can collage that if you'd like to do some work around this. So we're now going to have a look at doing some painting with coffee. So here is some, I had a little go the other day. I tried to write my name and it went all blurred, but there's the coffee. There's the coffee. Let's have another little look. Oh, I drew some fish first, then as if the fish was swimming in coffee. Here's a tree. Here's a tree, and I let this bit, I only did one layer on this bit of the tree, the trunk, and then for the leaves, I've painted more and more coffee to make it darker. So you might have to do that because you do need to make it very strong, otherwise it comes out quite pale. And then we've got a flower. I think that was tea, I can't remember now. There's a nice flower. And then, this is quite a nice thing, I printed when I made a little cat there. So you can have a go at any of those. So I'll just show you, I'll have a go at painting tea and coffee. And you can do it on paper or cardboard or material. I'm just going to use paper today. I'll have a go at tea and we'll have a go at coffee. So I've got some brushes. Let's have a go at tea. Let's see. I'm going to do a, ooh, it's quite pale, the tea. I don't know if you can see that. See the tea? You might want to, what you could do is cover it all with tea. Oh, actually, this might be quite nice. Cover it all with tea. Ooh. And then maybe, what I might do, this is an idea. Where are my little things I'm going to do some printing with? Maybe I could get some of the coffee on there. Let's see if it works. Don't know if you can see that. And I've printed with coffee on the top. There we go. So you can have a go. And it smells really nice. Have a go. See what happens. And some more. Right, let's have a go. I might paint with some coffee. I can paint a smiley face, I think. Ooh. As I'm quite happy today because spring is on its way. Here we go. I'm going to do a smiley face. Right, big smile. Nose. think it's going to dribble down, but there we go. I don't know if you can see that. So there is my smiley face. So you can have a go, or you could also draw before. So some of the others I drew before. So I might put some, maybe I'll put some hair on him. Shall I put some hair on my smiley face? Oh, some curly hair, and some eyelashes. I think some lovely eyelashes. So you could add details to your drawings, couldn't you? That's one's looking a bit crazy, actually. Look, bit of a mad hair day. Bit of a mad hair day for my smiley face. Here you could draw on as well. So I might draw, I might do some big circles and little circles. Oh, it's not going to work if it's wet. So I think the best idea is to draw on the paper when it's dry. Draw on the paper when it's dry and then put the coffee or tea on top. So I could draw some fish. Do some different colour fish, I think. Some different colour fish. Here we go. Swimming around. Oopsie. Just going to do one more and then right, so I've drawn some fish. There's some fish. Then I'm going to do some waves. There's some waves in the sea. Woohoo! Oh, the fish are having a lovely time swimming in coffee. Imagine it, swimming in coffee. Wow. And when you put the coffee over, if you've used felt pens to do the fish, it's quite nice because they blur a bit. It looks lovely underwater scene. So there we go. Have a go. Experiment with lots of different ways of doing it. So there's lots of things you could do the painting with the tea and coffee, like some of the ones I showed you earlier. And the other thing we're going to quickly have a go at is we're going to make handprints. So this is a bit sticky and it might tickle. So I've got some paper. I'm going to paint my hand with glue. I've got PVA glue here. So I'm going to paint my hand with the glue. Oh, you might need a bigger brush because this might take some time. Oh, it tickles and it's cold, this is. There we go. All over, up to your fingers, all fingers. Oh, it tickles, it tickles. Right, there we go. And I'm going to print it onto here. In fact, do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to print it onto a purple piece you can see. So I'm going to put my hand print onto here. Oh, it's stuck. It's stuck. Oh my goodness. I'm going to pull it off like that. So you can see the glue. You see the glue? I don't know if you can see the glue there. And then I'm going to sprinkle some coffee over the top. OMG. OMG. I'm going to get some of my coffee and sprinkle it over the top. Here we go. Oh, it smells good. It smells good. Oopsie. Don't know if you can see that. I'm going to empty it into there. So here's my handprint. It's going to appear. Oh, I've got a coffee hand. Here we go. And there you've got a lovely coffee handprint. So have a go at some of these different things. So have a go at painting brown, making brown from the three primary colours, yellow, red and blue. And then have a go. You need to make up the tea and the coffee first, but you need to, when it's very hot, it's too dangerous. You have to wait a bit till it's a bit cooler, okay? And then you can paint with tea or coffee, and then you could do a nice sensory handprint of tea or coffee. So have a go at some of those fun activities, and remember also to look out in the shops for different things that are fair trade. Okay, so great to see you everybody. Take care. Bye for now.